Yes, Dr. Miller, just closing up at the office. The local report says there was no damage except for the shelter over on Iowa Avenue. Yep, no damage to the preserve either. Wait a minute. Local area news drones picked up a small landslide in Wildcat Den. I can go check it out before it gets dark. Dr. Miller, I promise. There and back again. Yep. Just shouldn't take more than an hour tops. There'll be plenty of daylight left. Yep. Okay. Miller is gonna have a field day with this treasure.
Treasure?
You understand me?
Treasure, yes.
Is that what I should call you then? Treasure?
That is acceptable.
Okay. Treasure it is then. Is this some kind of transmission? I mean, if this is a walkie-talkie, let me just pull it out of this mess and I'll... Ouch! Damn it!
I am not a walkie-talkie.
Then what... Hang on, I'm not gonna reach into the rocks again. I promise. Okay. Now, can you tell me what you are?
If the tectonic plates have shifted to expose my presence, this indicates that the truth is imminent.
The truth? What truth?
The truth of what comes next.
Oh, you're not getting away that easily.
So you brought us out here for me to look at a bunch of rocks?
I fed you first.
We could have had a real lunch over in the city.
You know I don't see the point in those prices.
It'd been my treat, of course. Picnic was less than expected.
I would think you'd be used to it after
Hannah?
working with astronauts all the time.
Hannah, you know as well as I that those of us that work in the discipline of space, we don't get to see the real thing.
What if you could see the real thing? And not outer space, but Dad, I think I found something.
Is this regarding your work?
In geology, we call it the Great Unconformity, an unexplained gap in the global rock records between 1 billion and 100 million years ago. After the earthquake, the rocks exposed something, and the Department of Natural Resources is coming to investigate.
Well, what is it?
Treasure, it's me, Hannah. We spoke a couple days ago.
Who are you talking to?
Treasure.
Really, Hannah?
Treasure?
You're talking to a pile of rocks? I know you love them, but I don't understand what this is all about.
No, I was just talking to it yesterday and the day before.
Honestly, Hannah, you have us hike up here on the day of my conference to show me some non-existent buried treasure?
I thought you'd already had the conference.
They delayed it for the afternoon and it starts in a half an hour. And now I'm gonna be late. I thought you really had something.
What, worthwhile? In case you hadn't realized, Dad, there are plenty of different ways to shoot for the stars. I mean, there's still so much left to discover here on Earth.
You have your hobbies, and I have a career. I didn't dedicate my work to playing in the dirt, and you shouldn't either, Hannah. You were so smart. Curing cancer? No, that's something real.
Geology is not playing in the dirt, Dad. If you would just listen for
Your
once.
mother, she wouldn't have wanted you to imagine discoveries, Hannah. She would have wanted you to grow up and make your own.
You are in a state of distress.
Naturally, now you talk.
Once exposed, I only divulge information to the one who discovered me.
Always with the cryptic technobabble. Would it have killed you to just say hi so I didn't look like I'd lost it?
You discovered me. I only exchanged pleasantries with you, Hannah.
The worst part is I can't even record you. I think we both know it wouldn't show up anyway.
You may record me if you wish. I will ensure not to reveal any important information.
They'd just say I faked the recording, and I'd look like the crazy person ranting about aliens.
Are you referring to your violent outburst from earlier?
It's human nature to lash out when you're frustrated. Just forget it. I shouldn't have come back anyway.
This is progress, Hannah. If you once again attempt to remove the remaining rocks, I will not harm you this time. My creators did not come from the stars, but from this very soil. They have advanced, destroyed, and recreated themselves over an endless cycle, from the birth of the planet to its death.
Cycle. The Great Unconformity.
You now have the opportunity to make a choice. Claim the discovery was a mistake, safe in the assurance that humanity will never gain access to this potentially fatal wealth of knowledge. Or take credit for the discovery to prove yourself regardless of the risk.
You want me to just pretend none of this had happened? What about all the people we could save with the advances in medicine? My mother died from cancer, and now you just...
Unfortunately, the consequences of revelation have always far outweighed the benefits. Once advanced enough to begin the cycle over again, chaos ensues. This is but one access point in the current cycle.
But why here? Why now?
If similar geological events unearth the others, someone like you would eventually face the same choice, anxious to tell of their discovery.
Treasure, listen, this isn't just about me, it's about humanity. Okay, you couldn't possibly realize how ready we are for this when you've been trapped in these rocks for 100 million years.
The language and courier differ, while the options remain the same. An unprecedented destructive trend has been identified among humanity.
Is it humanity that put you up to this, or is this a pattern you've recognized on your own? Look, I'm sorry that you've been trapped, but you couldn't possibly realize how ready we are for this. And I'm not about to let an opportunity like this slip away.
These cycles must come to an end. You always make the same choice.